Hey everybody, just dropped my kids at their hockey practice and wanted to kind of cover something really quickly that kind of hit me. I did a post today asking people when it comes to fixing and flipping and investing in real estate, what's the number one thing that's holding them back? And while there was a variety of different answers, one of the things that popped up again and again was that people had mentioned that they're struggling to find deals, flippable deals. And inherent in that is that they're having trouble getting face to face seller appointments and they're having trouble probably also getting listings. So I wanted to share with you kind of my experience with this dating back to I got my real estate license in 2005. Kind of what my experience has been, not only generating seller appointments myself, but also in watching over 1,000 real estate agents come through my brokerage's doors, and also talking to thousands of other real estate agents try to do the same thing. Because again, in reality, whether you are trying to get a good fix and flip, or whether you're trying to get a listing, it all starts with getting a face-to-face seller appointment. And I'm not here to tell you that there is any, magical way to generate a million face-to-face seller appointments a week, but I am going to talk to you a little bit about what I see as kind of what I believe is the number one thing holding most agents back, which is what I would call kind of a personality mismatch of how they're trying to generate a seller appointment. And it kind of, I think, what I've noticed is that I think it stems a little bit from just a lack of awareness or knowledge or training on how many different ways there are actually to generate a seller appointment, and mismatching the agent's personality with what would help them generate the most seller appointments. I'm going to explain that in a little bit more detail right now, what exactly I mean. And what I generally see happen, regardless of where somebody, starts out, they usually go to a brokerage, and that brokerage has a certain way of training agents and a certain way of generating business. And each brokerage is a little bit different. There are some general concepts that each one of them have, but depending on which real estate brokerage you go to, you will probably get trained in some way, shape, or form on how to do lead generation. And depending on which brokerage you go to, one brokerage might tell you that you need to cold call. The next one might tell you that you need to door knock. The next one might tell you that you need to grow a social media, an Instagram or a Facebook following. Another one might tell you that you need to join like a BNI, or develop big networking groups, or be a part of big networking groups. And what I see more often than not is that real estate agents, especially newer ones, but even ones that have been in business for a long time, they get told the one way to do something, and then they try to do it, and because it's a personality mismatch, they end up failing at it because it's not something that fits their personality the right way. I'll give you a perfect example for myself. I'm not a cold caller. I never have been. I'm not good at it. I get a little bit scared when I need to pick up the phone and talk to somebody that I don't know. But there are plenty of brokerages and training sessions that will focus very hard on saying essentially that you need to cold call in order to be successful. I am also, like, just talking me personally, but it will apply to everybody. I am also personally not somebody who likes to go out and, air quotations, network. I don't love to go to, a big room with people that I don't know and shake a bunch of hands and meet a bunch of people and give out business cards and follow up. And again, it's not my personal personality. But yet, my team generates a ton of face-to-face seller appointments. I've generated a ton of face-to-face seller appointments because I ended up finding kind of what my personal niche was. Now, I could go into a lot of detail on all of the different ways to generate seller appointments, but that would obviously take way too long. I'm trying to make sure this video is short enough so that I can get to the point. But there are probably 10 or 15 good ways that, or effective ways to generate seller appointments, and it is very essential that you, as a real estate agent, real estate professional, real estate investor looking to get flips, match something that you're not only good at, but that you feel comfortable doing on a day-to-day basis. If whatever your seller lead generation mechanism is something that you wake up every day and you're just like, I can't do this, then it's not going to work for you. You're either going to starve or you're going to dread being in business, and you might end up quitting the business, right? You don't want to do that. But when you match the marketing and sales method that fits your personality, now when you wake up in the morning, you're more excited. I'm not going to tell you that I wake up I'm crazy excited to do my tasks, right? That's not, I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I also wake up feeling totally comfortable doing my day-to-day routine. I do my day-to-day routine every day. And I borderline enjoy it, right? It's not something I dread, and I get results from it. So it is so important that you match what your personality is with the lead generation mechanism that you have. And there are some people that love cold calling or door knocking or texting or networking or mailing or doing Google pay-per-click or doing Facebook ads or doing social media, and I could go on and on and on. And there's a lot of different ways to generate these seller appointments, but it is critical that instead of you saying, okay, yeah, it's whatever, February 2026, geez, the market's hard, it's hard to find flips, it's hard to get seller appointments. Yeah, it is. But what I find more often is that it's not necessarily the market that's the problem, it's that you are not utilizing the correct marketing strategy. So at my next free event that you can register for at www.agentinvestorevent.com, I'm going to go over a bunch of different strategies and talk more in depth about matching the right personality type to the lead generation and marketing strategy. If you are not generating one face-to-face seller appointment a week, you should be shooting for more, but I'm just saying, if you're not generating one, then you have a problem. There is a problem in your real estate sales and agent investor fix and flip business. You have an issue. You have to solve that issue. Part of solving that issue is getting the right lead generation strategy. I'm going to cover a bunch of different strategies, but not only just cover the strategy, I'm going to talk at the event at www.agentinvestorevent.com. I am going not only to cover the strategy, but I'm going to talk about what different types of personalities work better with certain types of strategies. Now, there's always going to be some tinkering and testing and how does it work for you and what type of results do you get. But the whole premise of this is that once you find that lead generation and marketing strategy that works for you, you're going to be able to build an entire business off of it, and you're going to be able to go on at least one seller appointment a week, hopefully more than one. Our team goes on between 100 and 130 seller appointments per week, and I'll talk more about that at the event as well. So I hope that you guys can make it out to the event. I hope that this made sense and resonated with you. I am 1,000% confident that this is all true because I've seen it for multiple thousands of agents. I've seen people try to kind of fit, a square, what's the saying? A square peg into a round hole, like with the wrong strategy, and it doesn't work. And then they say, oh, I can't generate, I can't do this. No, it's just that you're doing a strategy that doesn't fit your personality, and that's okay. But I want to help you guys pick the right strategy so that you then find more deals, go on more seller appointments. Hopefully my team can go on these seller appointments with you, buy some of these properties, split the profits with you, and it's a win-win. So I appreciate you guys watching right now. Of course, if you have any questions, just toss them in the comments. I'll respond to them after the video is over. But more importantly, I want to see you at my event. You have no excuse not to come. It's free. We're going to be at a fully renovated 2-family property. My construction manager is going to be there answering any questions that you guys have about the flip itself, about the renovation itself. I find that stuff totally boring. I like the sales and marketing aspect, but he's going to be there answering all those questions, and we'll help you guys. Again, my goal, I want to do 100 partner deals with agents in 2026, and I'm going to keep spreading the word and trying to help you guys. So thank you, www.agentinvestorevent.com. I hope to see you there.